Very good day everybody, welcome to another video. It is another live stream. I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. It is good to be back, and let's start off with a little sound check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, so far so good. So let's just jump right in. So we're at the Friday Harbor Airport in Washington, United States of America, for a short hop to the Seattle International Tacoma Airport, also in Washington, United States of America. We're using real-world time and real-world weather, and today we'll be flying the newly acquired Cow's Diamond 42 aircraft, which you can see right here. It's a really pretty looking airplane. Flown a couple of times in it now, and well, obviously we're just going to have to see how things are going to go. There's lots of interesting videos on YouTube, people explaining all the systems and all the interesting things to point out. The modeling looks really nice. You have the lighting. It just looks really shiny. Just like it, as I understand, this aircraft is primarily used actually as a training aircraft. But well, there you have it. Whiskey for Papa 812 will be our callsign today, and it is a twin engine. And I cannot get not very much more technical than this for now. But I think that would be me. Well, I'll take it. It's better than if I were to look like some dummy. So that is okay for me. So let's hop on in. Let's quickly change the camera view so we get into the cockpit here. So welcome inside, everybody. Let's just follow the checklist and let's get this thing started up. Most of the procedures are sort of already by heart, but so we start by checking the auxiliary pumps, the aux pumps. Two of them, they should be off, in the off position. You can see them right here. At this moment the lighting is actually favorable, and you can actually tell that they are off because they're sitting a little deeper. Usually it is actually somewhat of a challenge to see, and you just need to put on your flashlight. But this looks to be fine, so we're going to check it. Now fuel selectors, check on that the guards are closed. So the guards are closed and the fuel selectors are on, so we can check this. Power levers to idle, so that is looking good. Parking brake is set. You can see right here, this one, it's to the set position. Alternate air, emergency air, I believe that is this one. I think that looks fine to me. Flap selector, check that it is up. So we got that. Fuel pumps are in the off position. It's these two right here. Off position. Gear selector, check down. The gear is in the down position. Masters, it's 4 masters. The CAV master, electricity, and then you got the left engine and the right engine. Master switches, they are all in the off position. And then next to that you have the Python heat, which is the white button here on the left of the left engine master button, that is in the off position as well. The alternators, they should be on, and you can tell they are both on, so we're going to check it as well. Voters should be on the auto position, and to me it's a little funny to see. I believe they're usually actually in the auto. This auto, let's just go and nerd out a little bit. Yeah, so that looks fine to me. This one as well, so I didn't have to do anything. All the lights should be off. It says 9, so let's just change the view here. So you have the instrument panel lights and flop lights, and then there's the landing, taxi, position, and anti-collision lights, strobe lights. So that's 4, 5, 6, and then there's they're all off, and then you have the internal lights here, which are all on the off position. So we can check this as well. Circuit breakers, it's quite interesting, this aircraft. As far as I know, pretty much all the circuit breakers are functioning. get this out of the way. It's just so bulky. So you know, you could pull one of these out in mid-flight, and well, you could have a serious problem. So anyway, they appear to be all pushed in. So I'll take that, and we'll put a little check mark next to that as well. So now we turn on the electric master. It's starting up. So we can take it. Now the Garmin G1000 it needs to be powered, and it is powered. I need to acknowledge, I believe, if you press the end button there. And there you have it. Control stick, free and correct travel. Move flight controls to ensure correct functioning. Push, pull, turn left and right. So let's just see if they actually work. If we go full left and neutral, and full right and neutral. Check the other side as well. Oh, we could see Mike earlier, but we cannot see him on the inside. That's a little bit lame. Sorry, Mike. So full left, neutral, full right and neutral. And I believe it is a tad hard to see from here, so what we can do is open the canopy. And we want to look here for the elevators. Seem to be working, and the rudder left and the rudder right and neutral seem to work as well. So let's close this thing up again. You can see it on my system, it is getting ever so slightly a little bit laggy. Oh, there's other traffic. Hello, other traffic. So let's continue the checklist. You can take it. Variable elevator stop, which is an interesting thing. I believe it has to do with accidentally pushing too far back on the stick while taking off. What you do here is you push back the stick and you hold it, and then you go to full power, like so, and you should see that the stick starts moving forward slowly. It is very tiny movements. Oh, let's try it again. I wanted to zoom in so you can have a look. Let's get this out of the way. So let's do this again, and so then it goes back when you go to idle again. So that's that test has been ticked as well. Trim as required. It should be in the takeoff position. So it's nice and smooth. Gear fire warning test. The button is right here next to the landing gear.
Check gear.
I'll take that. Flaps full travel. So flaps go down. Let's just get this out of the way again. It is a little hassle to do all these things with a mouse. Sometimes it would be nicer if you had hardware for these things, but you know, I'm just a poor schmuck. So that looks to be working on the left side. Let's check the right side. Flaps are fully down. Let's see if there's movement when we command them to go up, and there is. So that is all lovely. The icing system, test if required. Well, let's do it. Turn on the pitot heat. What am I missing here? The icing system. Ah, there you go. But I'm missing some text here actually. Quantity, pumps, and pressure. I don't know. It's confusing. I believe it should say something else, but maybe that's something for later. Or I'm going crazy, which is a fairly good chances in any case. So this looks okay. So let's turn it off again. As far as I know, it should say turn it on and then watch for the messages, and then you turn it off again. Fuel quantity and temperature. That's actually the message we saw here earlier. Quantity. I believe, quantity pumps pressure. See fuel quantity, that's right there, sitting at around 12 gallons in each tank. I think that should be fine. Ticket. Okay, so page complete. So engine start. Let's start this sucker up. Propeller area, no, let's go up again. So the doors are closed and latched, so we're going to tick that one. Oh, today actually I discovered that you can also open the canopy here on the back. Let's have a look outside. So that's pretty cool. It's always nice when you can open your doors in a simulator, so you won't have to get simulated claustrophobic anxiety. Alright, so now to find the sweet spot for that one right there. So the doors are closed and latched, so the anti-collision lights, they go on. It's the strobe button right there. Power levers, check again that they are in idle position. Propeller area should be clear, both on the front and the back. And looks pretty clear to me. We're going to yell out of the window, "Hey man, clear prop." Okay, so the engine master 1 goes on, and then you wait. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see a little better. You wait for the glow light to finish, so the left power goes on, and then the glow indication, left glow on, you can see it right there. So we'll wait for that to extinguish. And then press the start key, and we look for oil pressure within 3 seconds after pressing the start, turning the key basically. Excuse me. And then check that there's a low percentage, and it should be around 2%. So let's do this. Left engine, 1, 2, 3. There goes the oil pressure, and we got a load of 2% right there. We take it. Voltage, electrical load was checked. So we can get this out of the way for now, and we repeat the procedure for the right engine. Wait for the right glow lights to be extinguished. Start the engine, 1, 2, 3. There goes our oil pressure, and we got load of 2% as well. So far so good. Okay, so after starting checklist, now oil pressure, well, I already could actually see that. RPM should be sitting around 710 or plus minus 30, and I believe it's right there on sitting at 700. Lights as required, so what we will do is turn on the position lights and some instrument and floodlights. As I said, we have a real world weather. I was flying here yesterday with some other aircraft, and same routing, but it was really poor weather, and by the time I got to Seattle, it was really bad. And this is a very light aircraft, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out for us today, but let's go for the adventure. Okay, fuel selectors for now, they go to crossfeed. It's these two suckers sitting right there in the middle. Python heat test, oh there you go, there's the Python heat test, so I was getting ahead of myself. And the light extinguishes, but in a couple of seconds you should see the stall heat fail, which is fine. We just turn it off for now. Avionics master can now be switched on. Let's check it. Okay, so the transponder, we got the primary flight display here. We just go to transponder, we set the code. Let's go for 3121. Again, see it right there, 3121. And I believe since we're in the United States, let's just put it on the on position. it doesn't look like it's working, does it? The lights seem a little faint. Let's click the ident. Code 31. There you go. Back, and we go to on. I don't know. I put it on standby. I would expect a little green light or something or whatever. For now, let's take it. We're not flying on the line, so you know, nothing too bad that can happen. But it would always be nice if it works. So it's probably just me. It's not working. Alright, so altimeter's set. For now, I'm just going to cheat using the B button on my keyboard here. Standby horizon. Pull to cage. There it goes, looking lovely. A nice little animation going there. Autopilot test. I really don't feel like doing the autopilot test. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it. Yesterday I actually had a problem with this aircraft. Let's see if that is still the case. Looks like actually it's still the case. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I could not change to GPS. And actually it looks still like that today, man. Whereas usually I would just, you know, let's have a look here what's going on. Usually you press the CDI button and this should change from VOR1 to VOR2. GPS, you just cycle through. And again, actually that is not working. And I'm not really sure why. The avionics master is on. We could obviously check again to have a look here at the circuit breakers, but they actually appear to be all in the correct position. Not sure which one it is, and I have studied it in great detail. KFHR here. Avionics bus. I don't know. So that could become interesting. Oh look, we got a Kuwait Air flying to Friday Harbor. That's sweet. I believe earlier there was a China Airlines or something similar standing right there. Yeah, so I'm not really sure if this is something we should be flying with. Obviously we can follow the flight plan, but it's going to be like an hour flight or something. We could fly in heading mode. Let's see if we can tackle this problem later. One thing I would like to do is maybe cycle the avionics master switch there, which I tried earlier. When you see these red crosses there, and just turn it on again. But I must say, there have been some issues. I have had experienced some issues actually in this aircraft before. When I turn on the electrical master, this screen just stays black. So I'm not really sure what is going on there. So it might be just buggy, and if it is, there's a very good chance actually that it is Microsoft Flight Simulator related and not necessarily because of the developers, CALS. I believe CALS stands for Creators of Worlds, and they have a really cute cow symbol here on the headrest with wind arrows and creating a little cow. And I mean, come on, that's really cute. Let's try the CDI button again. It does not seem to want to budge. I have no clue what it is, but let's go for the challenge and just say screw it, and let's carry on. So we were going to do the autopilot test. So what we can do, click on the heading bug to get the heading straight ahead, pointed in the same direction as the nose of the aircraft, and we turn on the autopilot, and then now it's kind of an aggressive zoom there. Now if we turn the button to the left, I mean that's how I would do it. And just basically see if the control stick starts joining, and it doesn't look like it's doing it. So let's have a look here. Roll. Maybe turn on heading, and there it goes. Okay, and we go to the other side of 074, and the yoke should start rolling, banking to the right, which it is doing. So that's good stuff. Let's turn off the heading for now, and let's turn off the. Let's have a look if we can cycle it now. Nope, no sorry, Bob. Okay, so autopilot is off again. Do we get any errors? I've seen this. RUD looks like a rudder. Not really sure what's going on there. We could have a look outside maybe. See if it's looking funny in any way, but oh, sorry for the camera work here. I don't know. I think it looks fine, and it is not on fire. Okay, so we're just going to carry on, people. Let's see what's going to happen today. The FMS setup, so let's do that. So we have a very simple flight plan. Wait a minute, let's do it properly here. Alright, so we're looking at the FMS here. Basically go to the flight plan button, press the little button here, and you can go to origin. Make sure it's not sitting on the origin word, but actually the line below it, indicating that there's something that you can type. You twist the button, and lately I've been using a very neat little function. If you press your mouse right there, this little keyboard symbol lights up, and now you can actually use your keyboard. So you just enter Kilo Foxtrot Hotel Romeo Friday Harbor, and you just enter it. Okay, maybe I've zoomed in a little too much. Enter it right there, and it is in. Runway. Does it give us a runway? We should be using runway 16. Let's do this differently. Let's have a look. Runway 16. Oh, come on, man. Yes, very good, Arkady. Okay. Enter. So that is it. And then for the en route, we basically have two waypoints, which I'm going to quickly check here off the screen. That is WATTR with 2 R's and LOFAL. So that should be WATTR. And let's enter it. Yeah, there you go. And then for the next one, LOFAL. Right, so that's entered in as well. And then for the destination is going to be Seattle Airport, so that will be Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha. Sorry about that. And let's enter this also. And the runway is going to be 16 right. And we enter, and now we got a route, so we can zoom out a little bit and have a look, the visual representation of the route that we're going to be flying. So that is all in there. We will later on we will also put in the star for arriving. But well, this looks like a decent flight plan. Well, still not sure if the CDI button is working. No, sorry, Bob. Hopefully we'll get it to work later on. Perhaps I could ask my auntie Google. But for now, let's just carry on. And we also got weather at Seattle. It is 180 at 9 knots, so that's okay. Let's see, some clouds, I believe. Visibility, some clouds or something. A few clouds at 1000, broken at 1500, broken at 5000, overcast at 130, 5 degrees, and altimeter at 2948. Just going to take it. There is a charts section as well, which is pretty cool. So you can actually look up right here from the Garmin. You can look up the appropriate charts and everything. That's a function that I like. But it is, I must say, when you're flying and sitting here with your controls, it is a bit of a hassle. But hey, man, it's first world problems. What the hell are we talking about? It is not the real thing. So let's get this out of the way. Go back to flight plan, and here is our beautiful little flight plan. Let's keep it zoomed in a little bit in case we need navigation to find that spot right there on runway 16, which could be a huge challenge. Okay, so let's pick up the checklist. So FMS setup is completed. Well, not quite. Let's have a look. Let's put in a altitude of let's go to 8,000 feet. Not too crazy. $8,200, and let's go for 8,000. There you go. And let's also fly the runway heading, well, which is approximately 16. Something like that. That should be fine. Alright. Then I think now we can carry on. Fuel selectors, they can go to the on position now. So you turn those back up. And it's complete. Now for the taxi, you turn on your taxi lights when you start moving. You check your parking, you release the parking brake, and then you test your braking immediately. Nozzle steering should be tested, any flight instruments. And then you go to the before takeoff checklist. So let's put that to the background-ish. So turn on the taxi lights, and we should be good to go. See, the window was closed again. We did not shout clear prop on the right side, so hopefully the windows look fine. There's no red markings on there or anything. So parking brake released. And there goes our beautiful little aircraft. Man, this must be the least challenging taxi route I have ever driven here on the channel. Alright, so here we are. Let's head into the nose, head the nose into the wind a little bit. Parking brake set. So now we're going to do the run up. I believe it's telling us that the parking brake is set. But, well, forget about it. Anyway, so the parking brake is set. Doors checked. There's no warnings for the doors. Circuit breakers we just checked twice. They are all in. Control stick, free and correct, full travel. Well, we did that earlier and everything seemed to work. Trim, let's double check the trim for takeoff. It's in the takeoff position, so that looks fine. We can check it. Fuel selectors, check that they are on and that the guards here are closed. The guards are closed and the fuel selectors are in the on position. Power levers should be to idle. Check. Engine temperatures, check that they're all in the green. We got fuel here, coolant, oil. Looks good to me. Voltage switches A to auto and B to auto. That should be these ones, and they are already in the auto position. ECU test. I'm not really sure what it does, but it goes. It's sort of like a performance kind of test. So let's just start with the right engine. Just keep it pressed. You get right ECU B fail. I mean, I believe it stands for right, yeah, and then right ECU A fail. But what exactly it is testing, I haven't looked into that yet. But it's sure been fun to play around with the aircraft. Okay, so that looks good. Let's do the engine number 1. I'm perfectly happy with this. What I'm not perfectly happy with is that it doesn't look like we'll be able to use the GPS, and I don't know why. Maybe we can ask my auntie Google when while we're flying in a little bit. Fuel pumps, they can now go to the on position, check, and then we go for the lineup. So the lights on, so it means we turn on the landing lights. Now let's also check the radio panel again. I do not get the confirmation that the radio is on. I am going to turn on the pitot heat, but it's actually here, the second one. So lights are on, check. Pitot heat is on as well. Parking brake release, approach sector check clear. Runway identified should be 16. We already identified that. And max power check for 10 seconds, and then you basically you let go. So let's demonstrate or execute, or however you want to look at it. Parking brake released. Let's line ourselves up. Check to see if there's no Airbus A380 or Boeing 747 taxiing or landing here on the runway. A little more power, please. The aircraft actually has quite powerful engines, I must say, which we will see in a little bit. Okay, so we keep the brakes pressed in, and we're just going to go for a full power here. And we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we release, and we get going. Alright, so we'll airborne, gear up, so for now I'm just going to trim it a little bit so the aircraft keeps on going up. Maybe let's start, I'm going to turn on the flight direct yaw damper, flight directors, I believe they were already on. Go to heading mode and engage the autopilot. And for the climb, we're going to go to vertical speed. And no, we're not going to climb at 1500, we're going to climb at 1000 feet per minute. Let's see what the alert is saying. Might that be the rudder trim? Oh, this is actually empty now. So for the climb power, we can reduce the power to about 92% load. So let's go ahead and do this. And look, it's a beautiful weather here in Friday Harbor. So the anti-ice is actually not a bad idea. But as far as I know, this is the only anti-ice system on the aircraft. Still not really sure about the radio panel here. Something seems to be a little bit off. Let's check the CDI course deviation indicator, and it does not allow us to switch, and I don't know why. I think what I tried as well was to switch here over to the backup and try it there, and that didn't work either. So let's zoom out here a little bit. So the desired track is 156, but we are actually on track 160. So let's go left a little bit. Where's the heading? Yeah, so what is going on there, it is beyond me. So let's check the after takeoff checklist. For the climb checklist, so the landing gear is in the up position, check. Oh, always forget to select the top one. Flaps are up, well, we did not use flaps for takeoff. Fuel pumps, they can now go off. Climb power 92%, check. Rudder trim, I believe it is not quite necessary. I'm not really sure, this looks like normal type of deviation there. Like as a direct result of the forces working upon the aircraft. But that's me, what do I know? Vital heat, the ice alternate air as required, lights as required, so we could turn off the landing lights and the taxi lights. That's complete, and then once we reach cruising, we set cruise power, rudder trim, altimeter should be set, fuel quantities we check, vital heat as required, and aircraft instruments we just monitor them, so let's click that away for now. So here we are. Let's have a look outside as well. There's not a lot to see looking at the area, but look, there's a bit of heaven. Look at the poor aircraft dancing here. Look at that, man. Now I'm not really sure how accurate this is. As far as I understand, it's actually pretty accurate. But I don't know. What I do know about this aircraft is that apparently reward pilots seem to be quite impressed with it. You know, it seems to behave just like expected when they're doing testing and everything. I don't know. I do not have a point of reference, you know, because I like the experience. But nonetheless, it's interesting. It's an interesting aircraft, and it's also nice to know that, you know, apparently they did a good job on this. So, you know, probably better than learning on a flying brick. You know what I mean? So I always like the difference, you know, when you're on the ground and the weather is like totally gloomy, you know, and then you get back, you get up in the air, and you know the sun is looking at you, going, gloomy, gloomy. Why so gloomy? What's there to be gloomy about? Look at this, you know. There's actually little mountain tops there, surrounded by clouds, which looks really nice. There's a huge chunk of clouds here, Probably waiting for us. We were not going to be going over them by the looks of it at 8,000 feet. So basically we're sort of hand flying, but by use of the autopilot, because the CDI button does not seem to work. It's probably a pilot error, but I'm not really sure. I did not have the problem. I had the problem the last time I was flying this aircraft, so I don't know. Maybe something it remembered. I don't know how that works. But yeah, she does look pretty, man. So Mike was sitting there only when we were looking outside from the outside in. So let's check again. And there, our dear friend Mike magically reappears. My apologies. Yeah, that's a little bit lame. That's something that could be looked at. Again, maybe there's some setting that I'm completely oblivious to. I've been flying this aircraft, I think for about a week or so. Obviously, I've also been flying other aircraft, so it's not like I have a week's worth of flying hours or anything. But so I do have some moderate experience in it. But yeah, this CDI not working does not appear to make any sense to me. The electrical master is on, the avionics master is on, and again all the I'm forgetting the circuit breakers are all in. Oh yes, there is another anti-icing system, totally forgot. Windshield, I'm not really sure, I didn't really check how this works yet. Yeah, you think you could put it on max, and let's have a look outside. That's probably not going to be a bad idea. High, and if you put it on max, how did this work again? Let's check it out. There you go, max the ice. Windshield, not sure what this does. And let's also check our heading. PFD options. So we're also not getting a bearing. Something must be off here, and I don't know what it is. Don't know what the SVT stands for. Just press it. Terrain, okay. No, don't want to be in here at the moment. CDI, pressing, nothing happens. I did press one of the buttons here the other day, so I'm not really sure. I do not know what these do. DME, sounds like it's an audio panel, looks like it's an audio panel, so I'm not really sure what type of audio would the DME give you, like beep beep beep, like every 2 seconds, you know. I don't expect that. So let's see if it influences nav1. If we click it and go to CDI, no, it doesn't do anything. nav2, probably the same thing. It's not going to budge. Not sure what the aux is meant to represent. It's actually not clickable. Man SQ. these do not appear to be functioning at all, so the solution to our problem is not going to be found there. Pop in the speaker, let's have a little sip of the iced tea. So we are at 8,000 feet, cruising altitude. Let's have a look at our power settings. So we can, we're speeding quite a bit. So let's bring it down to around 66 or so. See how that's going to work out for us. And it should also buy us a little time in trying to troubleshoot this little problem that we're having here with the course deviation indicator. Now, any ideas, leave them in the comments, as I would be interested to know. Because I suspect I am doing something wrong, but I have no clue what. So what else is here? This definitely looks like audio panel. So I don't think we're going to find a solution in this panel, this middle panel here at all. And map options should not be it. We have navigation. Well, that's just for the frequencies. I believe the frequency was 110.75. So let's set the ILS frequency 110.75. It is lagging a little bit, I must say. Let's see if it gets picked up or recognized. That would be nice. We can double check in a little bit. Let's just check it right now. Seattle, let's see. Approach for Seattle, but we want a different runway because now it's selected runway 34. 16 left, but that frequency does not seem to work. It would give me the 34 identifier right there, which obviously is the opposite direction. So that's why we chose 16 right. So let's look for that. ILS or localizer runway 16 right. We could go for the category 2 and 3 perhaps. Not sure if this aircraft is category 2 or 3. You know what, let's just keep it simple. We'll go for this one and enter. It's loading. Course is 164, 110.75. It's just not picking it up yet, but that's fine. We're quite a ways out. So let's go back. So we're drifting quite a bit. So I must apologize. I'm not really focusing too much on the navigation. It is a fairly simple route, but let's zoom out a bit more. We could try. See, the problem is if we put it on navigation. If we put the autopilot in navigational mode, it is now in heading mode. I'm not sure what it's going to do. It does recognize here, actually, the waypoint, the next waypoint, so we could give it a shot. So, navigation. See that's actually interesting. It is not selecting. Let's go from a roll to nav. It's just not having it, man. I wonder what it is. Okay, so let's go back to heading and let's have a look. So we're about to catch up, so that should be fine. Just double check here. What does the menu button give us? Map settings, declutter. That is not what we're looking for. Procedure, no. Yeah. So flight plan. Is there anything we should enter here? Like a final go button or something? Like execute, we really want to fly now. Doesn't look like it, man. I haven't focused. I have no clue why it is doing this. Surely there must be something really simple. And the interesting thing, as I said earlier, it also looks like the radio panel is not really working. Go back, transponder, code. So you can enter a code. We press enter after that, perhaps. Nah, that should not be it, man. Now, I'm not sure if the aircraft has like damages, you know, like failures and actual damage caused by pilot abuse. And if that's the case, I may, I may have broken it during some earlier flight. But I don't know. I've tested out the autopilot a couple of times actually, and the flying ILS approaches, and that always worked perfectly fine. Okay. Desired track 133. So let's go for heading 133. There's quite a significant 22 knot crosswind, blowing us to the left. So let's see how this is going to look for us. We're almost at LOFAL there. And you know, sometimes when I sink my teeth into something, it is hard to, it's hard for my brain to just let go, you know. I'm not expecting an answer, but I would like one. I would like to find it. Suspend, I'm not really sure, probably because it thinks we missed, or no, not sure. And then the next waypoint is already the runway. Let's actually not fly, we're just going to fly ILS. It is not recognized yet, and I wonder if it is going to recognize at all. Maybe not. So let's have a look at the altitude, or actually the routing, and then consider a descent. There is no top of descent now. Let's see if we can go to procedures. Let's see what that's going to do for us. So we're going to select an approach. Approach will be 16 right. And let's just go for vectors. The minimums, I'm not careful about minimums at this moment. Let's load it in. No, I have no clue, man. By the looks of it, we're probably better off going hard left here. Basically, we're using the Jepson chart now to help us with the approach. And are there any altitude constraints? If we get up really close, there's not too much peak surface peaks, so I think it's safe if we descend now. So we're going to do that. We're going to descend. Let's start with let's go to 3,000 feet. Vertical speed, we're going to be descending with 1,000 feet per minute. Come on, there you go. So let's bring the speed back, or lower the power, so that we do not overspeed. So look at the wind, man. So there's puking bags here on the back. So yeah, if the approach is going to be, final approach going to be like this, it's going to be pretty interesting. It is recognizing on the nav2 radio, also on the nav1 radio. That's good news. So we should be able to fly in ILS, provided that the nav button actually responds to us pressing it. The course is 164. So the course is the small button right here, and that also does not seem to work. So something is definitely off, and well, we don't know. So it's going to be an interesting landing. Let's try to get back on track. Heading 133. See how this is going to work out for us. I'm going to turn on the landing lights. Let's quickly have a look at the approach checklist. Let's start with the descent. So descent power, rudder trim. I'm not very experienced with the rudder trim. Altimeters are set. I keep checking them. Gear fire warning test. Let's just do this. Oh, that does appear to be working. Yeah, very good. So approach, landing data received. Well, let's go. Altimeters should be set. Parking brake should be in the off position, which it is. Fuel selectors on, and the guards are closed. Fuel pumps should go on. Let's just do that now, and that's fine. Lights is required. Let's take it. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. I don't think we can press the nav button now. It's not doing anything. And the wind is not helping, so let's turn a little bit more to the right to compensate. The ice level low. I'm not really sure what that means. It is yellow. Oh man, look at the clouds. Not sure if I like the idea of it being on low here. I'm totally winging this, people. I have no clue what I'm doing. There we go. We're going for max. This is not going to be a very safe approach, I can tell you right now. It's actually quite a bit of a problem if we cannot fly ILS. Let's turn more to the right. We're approaching 3,000 feet now. It's so interesting. It's just not working. And the aircraft does not have a, as far as I know, it does not have a. There is a tablet here, but maybe they have plans for it later. I did not find any sweet spot or anything to bring it up. And I've watched some videos, not particularly on the tablet or anything, but I haven't seen the tablet being used at all. So my guess is it is simply not implemented. Yeah, so the CDI is not going to be of any use to us now. So this is a horrible approach. Basically, we're just flying blind. We're going to 2,000 feet now. Vertical speed, and let's drop at 1,000 feet per minute rate. Speed 134, picking up a little bit. We can go back 33, 35 maybe. Speed still picking up. So let's see if it's possible to do some sort of visual landing. But man, oh man, oh man, this does not look very nice. We need to go way more to the right here. And probably at some stage I'm going to have to try and hand fly this sucker in this weather. Oh my god, man. This is the start of the glide slope, I think, so it's going to be interesting. I think I might prefer to look at the map now. Well, this should be it. Okay, so we're level 2,000 feet. So let's watch our speed. I think we can go flaps 1. There's actually civilization down below, albeit rocking to the left and to the right. Okay. Looks like we're clear of most of the clouds. I think I will turn off the autopilot, or will I? I'm scared. I'm just scared. I'm not going to do it. A little bit more to the right, Mr. Heading Mode, please, if you will. There's another airport right here. I think I see them there to the left, so let's just turn off the autopilot and bank to the left, pick up some speed because this is a little bit slow. You can see the bunny lights there in the distance. We're going to go for the right one. I'm going to remain at 2,000 feet for a bit. If I can. So far, actually, it appears to be pretty stable, I must say. Let's not jinx it. So we have another airport right here, but we're not going there. we're climbing a little bit, so let's bring the nose down ever so slightly. Man, the wind, it's crazy, man. But let's persevere. Man, I think I'm actually scared to let this sucker, man. Look at this. I'm putting some forward trim, or not sure if you call it forward, but nose down trim. Man, look at this airplane going. Oh my god. So speed a little below 120 knots. So we do not have a DME, so there's no real way of telling how far out we are, but there looks like the bunny lights are getting more defined. I think it's safe if we lower the landing gear right now, and let's also turn on the taxi lights so that we are as visible as we can possibly be. So the right runway there, 16 right, is still quite faint. Oh man, and I'm not any input here, you know. It's just rocking to the left and to the right. Power back a little bit, and try to go in a little bit more nose down attitude. I think flap full is okay for now. As the weather here looks nice, but, or rather the visibility looks okay, but let's see if we can get some heavy turbulence. We got another traffic there, landing on 16 center. Okay, things look like they are stabilizing a little bit. Let's try and keep the speed about 100 knots. I must admit, I'm not really sure what the approach speed is for this aircraft. I believe 100 knots is okay. Okay, this is looking a lot better. Try and, oh, I jinxed it. Look at the turbulence here, man. Oh, there's another aircraft. Let's just forget about that. Let's ignore it. We're just using the Microsoft Flight Simulator traffic, but we're not using ATC or anything, so there's no separation of any kind. 500 feet. I love the approach here. The bunny lights going over the highway. That's just totally amazing. All right, power down a little bit. Man, this is crazy, man. You would not dream this in your worst nightmare. I mean, come on. I'm going to go on idle engine. Oh shit. It's also, yeah, alright, well, at least we're down. The frame rate there at the very last became a bit of a problem as well. These are all excuses for me being a bad pilot. Okay, flaps go in the opposition. We're safe down, people. Welcome to Seattle. Let's have a look outside here. Oh, that's us looking like we survived. Man, that's a rocky approach. I shit you not. I can actually hear the, it's probably the VOR. You can hear the beep beep beep, the Morse code. Let's zoom in. What is that sound? Is that our engines? Flight director can be turned off now. yaw damper 2. And let's get this sucker off the runway as fast as we can. We do not want to hold up any traffic. Looks like there's traffic on final behind us, so let's get the hell out of here. And just maybe the FAA will allow us to fly here again someday in the future. So, a little sigh of relief. We are clear of the runway. Let's turn off the landing lights now. Did the button push or not? No, it didn't, but it did now. So that's interesting sound, man. So I wonder if you can break the aircraft. That, you know, would be pretty cool. Speaking of which, let's also see if we can turn off the anti-ice. And the vital heat as well here. So that's it, everybody. Let's just go find a little parking spot. We could maybe just stop right here for a bit and just have a look at the charts. And probably the info page, which is loading. No, nothing. What is this? Oh, there you go. I just needed to nudge it a little bit. Is there any parking positions for general aviation? Usually you check this stuff before you start your approach. And usually you just get, you know, tucked away somewhere somewhere to the sides of the airport. Some ramps north. What's satellite? North ramp, non-movement area, boundary, cargo, maintenance ramp, cargo 3, cargo. I don't know. Let's just go for something. Whatever. Let's wing it. All right. Parking brake released. Oh. Actually, parking brake set then. Oh, there's the traffic that was behind us. So we're definitely feeling the need for to expedite our next step here. Let's check to the left. Looks clearish. Your right looks clearish as well. So let's cross this runway here. Just follow the big jet. And then we have one more runway to cross, so 16 left. My apologies. It looks clear, although there is traffic on final, if I see correctly. Or I think that's probably in the 16 Sanders. Anyway, so we're crossing the runway. It's no pussyfooting here on the runway. The last thing you want to do is cause any kind of problems when you're in the runway area. So let's get outside it like so. So we're going to choose to go to the right, and obviously we're not going to park next here to these big aircraft, right? So let's just see what we'll see once we arrive where we're going. I know there must be ways to be less vague when using actual proper language, but and generally when taxiing, you not want to go crazy on the speed, obviously. So thank you everybody for watching. We were going for 15 likes, and well, we'll get it one day. And then once we do, we'll go for 16 likes. You know what I mean. So it looks like it's quite a busy airport. Oh, I wanted to say, by the way, when I said thank you for watching the video, you know, feel free to, once you feel like understimulated with all the taxiing that's going on, you know, just go check something else, check the channel or some other channels, feed your dog, walk your cat, or the other way around, or whichever works for you, and your pet. That's totally your own business. And you know, all the cliche stuff like it, leave a like if you like it. If you don't like it, don't. You know. But if you do, that's always nice. It's like modern times a rewarding system, and then they actually started monetizing shit, which in my case is not the case. Nothing is monetized here at all. You know, it's just a little funny thing to do. I'm not really sure this is going. Let's cheat and have a look at the external view. Yeah, I'm not expecting anything, so we are just going to go rogue and just park here off to the side somewhere, and you know, have the FFA call my boss, FAA call my boss, and which actually is me, so we're probably going to call me. Alright, parking brake is set. We could have a look at the shutdown checklist, if that's what you call it. Approach final, so after landing, Python heat, we turn it off, flaps are up, fuel pumps, we could have turned those off as well, so they can go now. Lights as required, we also did that. I think taxi lights can now go off. Excuse me, it's been a long day. Taxi lights are off as well. And then we have, oh man, speeds. Oh, so really? That is not? Oh, this parking. Okay, never mind. Parking brake is set. Engine cool down. Idle for 1 minute. Actually, are they on idle? No. So let's leave them now for 1 minute. We'll leave them on idle. Avionics master can go off. So I'm still not sure, man. What is up with the CDI here? It just does not want to work. Oops. This is interesting. Let's turn off the avionics master. Electric consumers accept the anti-collision lights. Well, so the electric master, there you go, is switched off. this actually doesn't work at this moment, but let's clean it up anyway. Position lights can go off, strobe lights are on, although do they really work now? Surely they don't. Anyway, too long, didn't read. Is there anything else? Consuming power, electricity. The engines can now be turned off. Engine masters 2 pieces, so that is engine number 2 and engine number 1. There, it's all quiet. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of a cold, I think. Did I just click it away? I just forget a minute. Let's click it away. So, I would not be a proper funky scene pilot if I did not play a little bit of music. For those of you brave enough to stick to the end. Alright man, that's it for now. Let's put the guitar away. So yeah, thank you everybody for checking. Hopefully we'll do this again real soon. Maybe with some other aircraft. Maybe get the stupid problem fixed with the autopilot not working. Still don't know what it is. Maybe after streaming I'll see what I can find on Google or anything. Maybe there's there's a good explanation besides pilot error. Anyway, thank you very much everybody, and see you next time. Bye bye.